Did you watch Moody Valley yesterday? Because
Try to, but
I had the feeling that Bonnevale was going to get beat because the Valley the last couple of weeks has just been red hot to the inside. So she goes to the Dato and she's got back in the field and there's been no tempo apart from the last 600. And Bruce, honestly, I was watching it on my phone yesterday because I was actually bizarrely at the All Blacks test. And when she got here, I thought, she's got no hope. I thought she was buggered straight away.
Yeah, no, it was set up for the on-speeds. Well, the horse just won it. A 9-year-old by Consolidator and gets a free ticket into the Cox Plate. He's running fourth, Magic Consul, in those red and white hoops. I thought Hartnell was quite disappointing, had a really soft run outside of a leisurely speed, so I think he was entitled to do more. Bonnevale, as you say, the way the race was run, she just couldn't get into it. Night's Watch, the former Kiwi, runs terrific.
You like him, don't you?
He loomed up to win, and it was his first weight for age start, and he didn't win. With Bonnevale, she ran like the 5th fastest sectionals, but it's been such a wet winter here. I think all of our horses are going to go over there on the back foot. Maybe not Peaceful, because it's had a run, had a win, but most of the horses going to Melbourne are going over on the back foot, and I think that was the case here. The sectionals were against her. She couldn't win. She'll improve her stack. It wasn't a cancel, but it was definitely a, we'll need to do better next time. Night Watch loomed up to win here, and I thought he was going to win. But Magic Consul, the first time I've seen a major Group 1 race won by a 9-year-old in Australia for 6 years. Right. It was 6 years to the day, funny enough. Yesterday, it happened last time. Here's the final stages of the Dato, and Bonnevale's a little bit out of the picture at the moment.
Yeah, does she...
Magic Consul holding on. Magic Consul won the Dato just from Homesman Night's Watch.
Does she just need even a wee bit more of the softening of the track? She doesn't want it heavy, but, with the injury and all the rest of it.
Well, she's been off for nearly 12 months too.
She won the Underwood last year on a decent enough track. I think she's fine. I don't think it'll do her any harm, but I just think that all these New Zealand horses are probably on the back foot and the tempo didn't suit. When I did the form for the race during the week, I thought the tempo didn't suit. Just on Bonnevale, of course, there's the market for the Caulfield Cup, and that could change exponentially. That's the midsection there. Vinderdance goes over this week, and so does Jon Snow. In fact, they're actually in the air as we speak now. They're flying.
Yogi was massive yesterday. Did you see him go yesterday?
Very good.
I don't know whether he's a serious contender for the Caulfield Cup. I noticed he's a nomination for the New Zealand Cup, but he went too good to come here.
Now, Kingsville Dream and Unforgotten are so good that I think they head the conversation for the Caulfield Cup outside the internationals, who I don't know that well, and then all the other conversations start. Like, they just dominate the market because she was so good last week in Sydney, and he's been so good in his 2 lead-up runs in Melbourne. I think it's getting harder and harder for New Zealanders to win the Caulfield Cup, but it's only a couple of years ago we managed to pull it off. But
I was probably thinking Yogi just to follow through the carnival wherever he turns up. If he turns up at a nice 2,500 metre race at Flemington, he might get the job done because he just kept coming yesterday.
But when you watch that race and you see the horse who wins, Magic Consul, it does bring into your mind that as beautiful as Winx is, and there's no pot on Winx at all because she's so good and she's a champion, we know that. But it might just be a rubbish year for weight for age horses. And I don't mean rubbish as in dreadful. I mean, Humidor's a good horse. But when you look at that page...
Kingsville Dream's pretty good.
Well, but I'm talking weight for age 2,000 metre horses.
Yeah.
And maybe the second best horse, and maybe the biggest danger to Winx in the Cox Plate won't be there. And she actually won overnight at of all places, Kempton Park in England. Enable returned last night, 11 months away from the track. Last year's ARC winner returned in a 4-horse race and was just super. I mean, we don't have any vision because we don't take Kempton Park on trackside, but if you get a chance, jump on ukracing.com because she's a very good horse. If you've never seen Enable, I'm pretty sure Winx is the best horse in the world. Bruce, you know more about this than I do. But Enable must be awfully close to being the second best horse in the world at the moment because, man, she's good. And last night she hadn't raced for 11 months and she just jumped on the speed for Frankie and, gee, she's a lovely looking horse when she moves.
Be a match-up made in heaven, wouldn't it, to see those two go head-to-head?
And it's sad that they won't because when I go to this year's Cox Plate, and I'm really going to enjoy watching Winx and I hope she wins a 4th one, but again, there's no villain in the story. There's no big baddie around the corner waiting to beat her up, and I know he was a little bit close last year, but I don't know, sometimes a good story needs a villain. I'm not potting Winx at all. She can only beat what they put in front of her, and she tends to do so pretty easily. But what would need to happen between now and October 27th for her to get beat in the Cox Plate?
Humidor, is he last week on Trackside, he was saying, this is Darren Weir, that he was sort of more aiming at the Emirates and he might even bypass the
But he said that last,
isn't he?
He said that last year with Humidor until the week of the race. Yep. It was actually late nommed for the Cox Plate.
Right.
So
we ignore that?
I think Weary's playing games there.
Absolutely. He went so good last year, you'd have to come back for another crack.
Well, especially against that bunch. Even if you're in second, you get $500,000. $500,000.
Speaking of Darren Weir, we've seen a number of horses heading over the Tasman from New Zealand, but there's a horse from New Zealand heading that way to the Weir stable, the Group 1 winner, Age of Fire.
Look, I think he's going there for two reasons, Bruce. First of all, he needs that. He's not racing in these colours, of course, these days. He's in the Brendan and Joe Lindsay colours. But I think he needs a kill in Australia to help his stallion career.
Absolutely,
if that's possible.
yep.
There's no doubt about that. Everybody watching the show knows that. And secondly, he just hasn't come up.
His trials have been very moderate, haven't they?
And I reckon they'll take him over to Weary.
Is that the reason why? Just some Weary magic?
Well, they could have raced him out of Tiakau and taken them across there from here. But so the fact that they have chosen not to do so, it's a very respectful and mature decision. They said, look, we can't get him going. We'll go over there. It wouldn't be the first 4-year-old stallion who's turned up and said, stuff you. And if Weary can get him going, good. And if he can't...
Change of environment for those horses can be gold too.